Good morning, dear students. Let me introduce myself. I am Swapna and I am going to teach you all chapter 4 of science, that is reproduction in animals. So let's start the class. Living things have the ability to reproduce and produce more of their own kind. For example, dog give birth to puppy, not to cub or calf. So, the process by which living things produce more of their own kind is called reproduction. So, what is the definition of reproduction? The process by which living things produce more of their own kind. Now, this term, that is reproduction, you already studied in your 3rd standard. Yes or no? Yes. Normally, animals reproduce by 2 ways. Animals രണ്ട് രീതിയിലാണ് reproduce ചെയ്യുന്നത്. The first category involves egg-laying animals, മുട്ട ഇടുന്ന animals. That is, several animals reproduce by laying eggs, from which young ones comes out. So these animals are called oviparous animals. Now this word is not given in your textbook. This is an additional information. So egg-laying animals are also called as oviparous animals. Example, hen, birds, insects, snakes, etc. The second category of animals are those animals that give birth to young ones. ജന്മം കൊടുക്കുക. Example, dog, cat, and we human beings also give birth to young ones. Now first we will study about the animals that lay eggs. The first one is birds. Birds lay eggs. You must have seen eggs. An egg has a thin but hard outer covering which is called as eggshell. So, eggs have a thin but hard കട്ടിയുള്ള outer covering which is called as eggshell. Function of eggshell is that it protects the inner soft parts which is present inside the egg. Now, inside the egg, there is a white jelly-like substance called albumin. Which is rich in protein. So, the white jelly-like substance which is called as albumin and it is rich in protein. Yolk which is surrounded by this albumin. Yolk is surrounded by albumin which is yellow in color. Yolk provides food for the baby chick which is growing inside the egg. So, normally the baby chick which is growing inside the egg gets food from the yolk. This growing chick is called embryo. So, the growing chick is called as embryo. Normally, parent bird sits on the egg to keep it warm. ചൂട് കൊടുക്കാൻ വേണ്ടി. Then only the embryo develops into chick. At once the embryo develops into the chick breaks the eggshell and comes out. So, the embryo, when it develops into chick, completely into chick, the chick, what it does, it breaks the eggshell and comes out. This process is called hatching. Now, in case of hen, takes 21 days. So, normally hen takes 21 days for egg to hatch. Now, let's understand the term life cycle. What do you mean by life cycle? The different stages of development of animal from embryo up to adult stage forms its life cycle. I repeat, the different stages of development of an animal from egg up to adult stage, that cycle is termed as life cycle. Life cycle of hen is an adult hen lay eggs. Then the egg develop into an embryo. The embryo develops into the chick. Then the chick hatches out from the egg, and then the chick grows up into an adult hen, and the life cycle moves on. That's all for today. Let's revise what all things we studied today. The first topic that we discussed was the reproduction. The process by which living things produce more of their own kind is called reproduction. Animals reproduce by two ways. The first category involves egg-laying animals, and they are called as oviparous animals. The second category of animals are those animals which give birth to young ones. Then we discussed the animals that lay eggs. The first one was birds. Birds lay eggs. Now, let's discuss the structure of egg. Egg has a hard outer covering, which is called as, tell me, yes, eggshell. So, egg normally have a thin but hard outer covering, and it is called as eggshell. What is the function of eggshell? Yes, it protects the inner soft parts that are present inside the egg. Inside the egg, there is a white jelly-like substance which is called as, yes, albumin, and it is rich in protein. Yellow color substance called yolk, which is surrounded by the albumin. Yolk provides food for the chick, a baby chick, which is growing inside the egg. This growing chick is called embryo. Normally, the parent bird sits on the egg to keep it warm. Then only the embryo develops into the chick. At once the embryo develops into the chick, the mature chick breaks the eggshell and comes out. This process is called hatching. Normally, hen takes 21 days for the egg to hatch. The life cycle of hen is that an adult hen lay eggs, then the egg develops into an embryo, then the embryo develops into chick, then the chick hatch out from the egg. Then the chick grows into an adult hen and the life cycle moves on. And kindly read the portion that I have taught to you from the textbook. If you have any doubt, you can call me. Bye.